let the dogs out this week,
Oh,
hey?
we've been left home alone.
We've been left home alone. Should we get into why we had to chuck Scott off the podcast, or should we just leave that for our statement later?
We can get to it. We can start with some general chit-chat. I mean, we're fully in control of the car at this point.
We are. I apologise to the listeners because it's going to be 75% of dead air because Scott's not here this week to take up that mantle. So you just have the delights of me and Joe this week.
Oh, it's going to be a different vibe, but I'm going to try and fill the air because this week I am Scott. I'm wearing his retro t-shirt, wrestling t-shirt. Look at that. I'm playing the role of Scott this week, and I tell you what, he does all the tech stuff. So, I mean, I'm glad I even made it this far. Do you know what I had the most issues with out of all of this? Was the little thing that holds onto my phone.
What little thing that holds onto your phone?
It was a little clamp thing. Like, that was the thing that I had the biggest problem with. Was trying to get my phone to stay
into the rig. Oh,
it fell out so many times.
Hey, the old man did good, all right? The old man did good.
I'll tell you what, I'm old and I'm not tech savvy, and I also can't work one of these clamps.
Yeah, I'll give you props for that. But yeah, so Scott has left us for this week. He's gone to warmer climates, climates that I definitely couldn't be dealing with right now. So he's in Florida. I think his whereabouts is that he wants to let people know.
Does he want to let people know? Is it private? Is this not a thing?
Nah, it's I can't remember. I saw him post something and it was like Florida. No, it was your Gunners pod. The thing was before Scott goes off to Florida. I was like, wow, he's put it. He's not wanting the masses to find out where he is. That's big time. That is.
I'm gonna be honest. I might have given it away on the live TikTok earlier over on Gunners R Us.
Oh, how did that go?
It was right, because it was just me and Luke. I had a very short amount of things to talk about, but I had a lot of people in there talking to me. So, thank you to everyone that came along.
No, I like that. How is Luke doing without the mum and papa?
He's doing all right. Last time I looked after him, it took him a while to get settled. He seems quite settled now, though. He's got free reign of the whole house, so I think. Because last year he didn't. So he's a little bit more. He's loosey goosey. He does what he wants, old Luke now, which is fun. Well, I've got Lisa and the dogs here as well. Yeah, they're
got the whole clan.
Everyone's in the house. But I think he quite likes that. He likes to visit.
He does. He wasn't sure about Poppy, but he does well. He does well. I wish we could.
It distracted him.
Yeah, that's quite good. Yeah, because Sylvester absolutely terrifies. Well, not terrifies him, but terrorizes him is the right word.
Sylvester's had a haircut, so I don't think he recognises Sylvester at the minute. Have you seen? I've shown you the haircut. Yeah.
No, you haven't.
I'll send you a picture.
Oh no!
He looks like a different dog. I didn't realise his nose was so long underneath all the fur.
How did you get him? Because he got proper angry at you last time you cut off his tail.
Hair. Oh, he's livid.
Tail, hair, not the tail. We're not.
We docked his tail, do we?
No, we're not that.
No, we don't do that. No. Yeah, he's livid. Because he looks less cheerful, even with the haircut as well. But he looks like quite cheerful when he looks like a little cloud running around. But now he looks very angry. He's very mad. But they're in my room at the minute because Lisa's working from home here now. So.
Hey, the beauties from working from home. Hey, that's two of the same employees under the same roof. All right,
I know, right? Are we representing? Are we gonna advertise this company?
Apparently so. No. Nah, we don't.
We advertise our company all the time.
You do, yeah. You do. I don't. I don't even do it online, like on Facebook and social medias. I've never put it. On LinkedIn, I don't think I've updated it since I've come back from my career break.
I like that. I like a lot of love for your company.
The only thing, weirdly enough, that I've been able to really find and dig in that's come up on my feed this week is all political, both in the UK and in America. The American ones are just funny as hell. That debate last Thursday or whenever it was, I had a whale of a time on the Friday morning going through all of that. I can't hesitate to think what it is to be an American watching the two candidates that they have, albeit the candidates that we have for our election are god awful as well in their own right. But I wish we had some comedy to our one anyway.
Their ones are way more entertaining than ours. They seem like an episode of The Simpsons every time they get up there. Our guys are plain boring.
If it wasn't an episode of The Simpsons, then what would The Simpsons ever have to then call back that they called the future? So I'm still waiting to trail back and see if we can figure out who's going to win. It's November, isn't it, for America? But for the UK or England, or no, it's East the UK. It's tomorrow is D-Day.
I know. There's a polling station literally about 10-minute walk from my house, weirdly.
Oh.
But we got the strong Pride Cymru over here, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah.
To be fair, I have no idea. It's going to lead into to Scott's pepper or cornet.
Yes.
So let's hear Scott's pepper or cornet now.
My pepper or cornet for this week's episode is voting, because obviously, you know, Labour and the Tories, and Bruno's a Tory, just a general thing. But my issue with it is the toxic part behind it. Pepper or cornet? I'm going to corn it. Corn voting.
I like the way he ended it. I like the fact that he said he's going to con voting.
Yeah, but go vote. I liked the mad rush of it all. It seemed like it was very well thought out of the timing and the loudness in the background, the camera angles. It was just all very well curated, I think.
I respect the jet-setting vibe he's putting across with his one, because we keep coming from this little room with a wall, and he's in an airport going somewhere. So
hey, I could come from anywhere. I've got a green screen behind me, and I decide to put a brick wall, but I might have to upgrade that now.
Do it. What are you going to do it to? Tell us before you do it.
I might do it today. Sound panels, you know.
Oh, I like that.
Right now, it's the sound panels. It started off as brick. It's now sound panels because I have that ability to do it.
I'm gonna quickly change mine from brick wall to old like wallpaper as I rip this off now. I can't.
Lissy and Scott would not be happy about that.
How's that ASMR for anyone listening?
We need to get that mic closer. I can pick it up though, so it's doing something. You got maybe to a 2 or a 3 on the old scale, maybe.
We should do more ASMR on it, by the way.
Do you think that's what we're missing out on? Do you think that's the niche of it?
How do you feel about ASMR?
There are some bits that I don't mind it, like when you hear the mic stuff, and there's certain sounds that are so soothing. Yeah. I am not into people going. That I don't get it. I generally don't get it. But I think I do. Well, all right, eh? I think I do like the ASMR part of it, but yeah, not the other to an extent. All right, I'm not going to call anyone out. You do you. Whatever you like, you like. What do you think of ASMR, Joe?
I love it. I love any funny little sound that gets my earbuds tingling, you know, get the little hair follicles in my ears, like standing on end. I'm all for it. I also like the feel of things as well, so there you go.
and if that hasn't told you a little bit about Joe, then I don't know what hasn't.
I'm a weird kid.
Hey, we're all
I've gone for the proper. Like, do you like my John Connor haircut today as well? I got my John Connor.
You play a different character each week.
I try my best.
Yeah. Back to Scott's pepper or cornet voting. I hate to agree with the dude, but he's kind of right. I hate it. I feel like there's a better way of doing it, but I can't think of the way. And I hate. Hey, if you come with a problem, you better come with a solution. All right. That's my main motto in life. Or at least an attempt of how to do it better. But I generally do think there is a better way that can actually get more people involved and then get a nicer, broader like representation of whoever's voting. Because for that big Brexit one, we only had like 50% people turn out, or no, it was 51% to 49 is the thingy, but I think only like not that many people. Like there was a big chunk of people that didn't vote at all. And that could have been like crazy. So, and I don't think, like in America, they're always pleading for people to vote. Over here, they're always pleading for people to vote because, one, I don't think they know who to vote for or who they can trust, because I don't trust that. There's not many politicians I trust at all. I've tried my hardest to kind of pick a side, but with history on my side, the recent history and how much they act like children, I can't. And this, if I see this, I turn off completely. Like, it's done.
By the way, Bruno's throwing up the stubby Tory thumb. Scott's in.
The stubby Tory thumb.
Hey, gang.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought I'd dangle that carrot in front of you by putting it in the group chat instead of the a DM. You're in Florida somewhere, aren't you?
I am in Florida somewhere.
That doesn't look like Wales.
No, it's not Wales. I'm doing all right, actually. Look.
Oh, get in there. Jump in there now.
How deep are you in?
Yeah.
No, I thought I'd jump in. I had to jump in.
We did. There was a point that I didn't want to send it in the group chat because I definitely wanted 100% of the airtime this week to be me and Joe.
Yeah.
And because I started out this podcast by saying that I apologize for 75% dead air that Scott isn't going to fill up this week. So
yeah.
Hey, no. We're early. We're early, and we're discussing your peppercorn straight off the bat. To be fair.
Oh, yeah.
And I was going into a long ramble of how I don't trust politicians, but I'm pretty much sticking with you because I corn voting, but everyone should vote.
I think Scott nailed it on the head, really, with the corning it and then saying go vote. That's kind of where I'm at as well.
Yeah, you kind of got to vote, but it's also just so bad at this point. But I don't know. It's the 4th of July's voting day, but for me, it's just fireworks, Americana, cowboy boots.
Yeah, I know.
Yay!
Do we know if America go crazy tomorrow as well as the weekend, or do they store it up just for that weekend?
So I've just been told that as of about halfway through today, which is the 3rd, everything's going to shut down, and then tomorrow it's going to be completely shut down, and then some people don't reopen till Monday.
They take it seriously.
To be fair, that's mental for you, because if you wanted to do anything, you're kind of a little bit. You've lost a few days there, but
I have.
I think it's just being around, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you should.
Oh.
There you go, Dusty.
Was
that Babs?
That is neither of them. It's someone here.
Oh
wow! Get him on camera.
Yeah, do it.
That's our dog of the week.
They seem quite big. That's the dog of the week. I'm saying that. As far as voting, I don't know. But 4th of July here, apparently we've got to pray to George Washington. I was just told. And
pray
to George Washington. Yeah, that's the thing.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a real thing, but that's what I've been told.
Have you been? Hey, are the English boys over there giving you a little bit of a rib?
That was an American woman.
Oh wow, fair enough. Okay.
The English boys have no.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
What have you been doing today? Apart from the lovely coffee and creamer debate.
Honestly, it's the first time I've been outside to do this. Because we were having a conversation in the kitchen, and I left because I was like, I have to podcast. I didn't say that. I just left.
Have the whole conversation on the podcast. Go back in.
I want it. Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. What they're talking about should be on the podcast.
Oh, even more so. I'll bleep it all.
What was it?
The episode will do good numbers. I think.
I want to know now.
I'll tell you later. As far as today, so far, I got up a little early. I was really jet lagged. I must admit, I woke up. I was up for 24 hours because I was up with...
Straight raw dogging.
Yeah.
Raw dogging for hours, mate.
And I raw dogged the whole 24 hours, if anything. And we were watching football technique videos on YouTube until like 2 a.m. And I went to bed. I woke up about 6 and I jumped out of bed and I actively said out loud, "Where's Luke?" Before I realised I'm not in the same country.
Oh man!
I was so like miffed.
You had that.
And
you had that Bruno delusion from circa 2010 or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was close. And I thought, I can't go back to sleep. It'd only been like 4 hours, and I thought, this is going to be bad. I was asleep for a couple hours, jumped up, and then I got up and went and sat down, and I joined Jack the cat, and a couple of snakes, and I uploaded a TikTok, did some Wordle, and I was just relaxing with some coffee. And
sounds ideal, to be fair. Apart from the heartbreak of not having your dog next to you, it's pretty sweet.
Exactly. And I'm going to be honest. I'm about to say something that will sound like a joke, but today I'm going to go see a man about a boat.
Oh
wow!
Yeah.
So that'll be, and we're also going to see a concert tonight.
What one are you going to see?
We're going to go see Hobo Johnson at the House of Blues.
I need to do a House of Blues so bad.
So
what is this act?
He's like a spoken word rapper, so he's a little bit like. There's an English guy that does it, and I've forgotten his name. People like him. You've got a joke. I think. Is it Dell? Scroobius Pip, a lot like Scroobius Pip, but an American version. Hello. They're growing mangoes next door. Apparently, we're allowed them.
Go get one.
Oh, hello. I'll tell. Hey, that reminds me of something that I'll bring up later.
I like that. But yeah, so we'll see that tonight. Other than that, 4th of July tomorrow. So.
Hell yeah!
I've already seen the fireworks stands, which Peppercorn fireworks. Absolutely not. But I will be.
Nah.
I think in America they do the ones you can hold. You just shoot them up. I really want one of them.
Hell yeah!
I bet Lissy is very hesitant for you to have that. I know she will go nowhere near it, but I feel like that's pretty close to her ripping it out of your hand and saying no.
And considering the boys are going to be in Canada, it's going to be me with 2 women, and for different reasons, neither of them could be around fireworks. And but one of them is very keen on the fireworks, so I will be the person in control of these fireworks.
When is
Firework Jones?
Is that weekend now? Like, I know it's Money in the Bank this weekend, but is it Canada?
Yeah, so Friday they got smacked down.
Wow.
They'll be against the Street Profits this Friday. Make sure you check it out if this podcast is up before.
The audio will be, the visual.
Yes, check out
I got very lax last week again.
Best thumbnail I've seen in forever.
Yeah, I feel like it could be probably top 5, just hitting the top 5, but it's not one of my favorites. One of my favorites was that one a few weeks ago, though. I think.
We might.
I don't know.
I don't know who this is. We might have someone. Nah.
Oh.
Nah. 2
Oh,
dogs
don't with the little tease, mate.
It's because I'll say this: Lewis is making eggs and bagels in a minute, so I might get one in a minute. I'm just saying.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
I'm going to tell you this. We thought last week's episode was a hot episode. This is a hot episode.
I feel like I was hotter to begin this episode than I was last week,
really?
But now I've properly cooled down. But yeah, it's muggy, but it's still got that temperature. Like I said, I can only deal with above 12 at under 12 at the moment. But so I'd be dust in your climate right now.
To be fair, it's
quite
midday.
Here as well.
It's 33 at midday. What's it like, you, Joe?
It's quite muggy. The sun keeps coming out, but it's wet.
Luke
went out for a nice walk a minute ago, though, so he enjoyed that.
Hell yeah. I miss him already.
Oh,
it's rough.
It's tough, isn't it? It's tough. It gets tougher.
Yeah.
I was pretending to be you. I put your shirt on and everything. Like, I was just pretending to be.
You've been in my drawer.
I've been in your drawer, yeah.
Been in my drawer.
We're worldwide this week. Look at that poll.
Hey, we are so close. Are we gonna get an added member next week?
I just don't know. It's tough because obviously if I go in, it's gonna be loud. But I might. If I ruin the recording by joining randomly, does it stop the recording and start it again?
No. It's all right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're 22 minutes.
It's made my edit harder, if anything, but it's all right. You always find a way to rib me somehow.
I do. All the way across the world, I was like,
yeah,
what's going to make this life harder?
Yeah. I was slaying you at the beginning. I said, are we going to get into the reason why we had to remove Scott from the podcast?
Oh, that should have been good. That's a good clickbait, isn't it?
Oh, it's a very good clickbait. I'm
Damn.
anything if I'm not a good clickbait, you know.
Yeah. So I was just checking it. This is where we're going to watch the England game this week.
Oh
my goodness.
That's
Mate.
going to be. That's the for me.
That's a proper setup. You're there for quarters and semis, aren't you?
Yeah, if we can get through, we might get both ready. But I don't know if he thinks I'm FaceTiming like a serious FaceTime, and because no one knows what I'm doing.
Well, you should be more upfront with people about what you're going to go do, and then maybe they might join, or maybe they might not.
You should always declare to the room what
You're
you're
such,
do.
yeah, you're such a little attention seeker. It's unbelievable.
Well, this is it. I was a Hoover. I didn't know there was something was hitting the window, and it was the little robot Hoover.
You're like me in Miami, where I went out, got into that argument with Raymond, and then went outside as a little emo boy.
I had my headphones in a minute ago. I was just sad.
Put a hoodie on.
Oh god.
My phone's red. Yeah, I might reappear. Is that all right?
Yeah, just make it harder. It's fine. No. Come in. It's fine. I'll figure out a way.
It'll be worth it.
Hey, if you're coming back in, make it worth it. All right.
All right. I'll talk to you in a minute. I'll be back. Enjoy the podcast. Keep listening to the boys. iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, 5-star review, and go to YouTube. Best click bait in the world.
Nice. I like that. Thank you. You have to do it at the end now.
Don't ruin it all.
God, that podcast just got real, didn't it?
It got real. It got very well. Mr. Worldwide.
That was just like a real catch up in real time. That was
fantastic. I didn't even know it was happening, so I was genuinely surprised.
No, I didn't. I did do it, like I said, on purpose. I did put the link in the group rather than just directly to you to see if it baited them a little bit. And hey, I know what I'm doing. All right, I know what I'm doing.
Did he say he's coming back?
He said that he. All right, old man, turn up the hearing here. He said he might be back, and if he's back, he'll be back with Lou, I think.
Hell yeah! Double run. Why not? Genuinely, I'm sat on both these little stools at the minute because I'm not used to having all the room.
You don't know what to do with yourself, mate.
I'm normally like here.
Yeah, go back in the middle because it'll mess me up. Stay still.
Okay.
What's your peppercorn this week?
Oh, you're gonna love this. Oh, peppercorn it. The law of attraction.
I think you might need to expand on that, Joe.
Okay. Well, Lisa suggested one to me, and it's like the complete opposite to that. And it's whether or not you want to go with that one or the one I just did.
What one did Lisa want to go with?
Sleeping in bed with socks on.
Actually, hey, it's a lot easier. We're double bubble it, you know. So law of attraction, go with that. Like, let's dive deep into that. What do you mean?
Okay, cool. So you ever seen the film The Secret?
No.
You ever read the book The Secret?
No.
Have you ever practiced the law of attraction?
I don't know. Is it only in this book?
Well, the book The Secret is what brought it all to everyone's attention, but it is actually like a real thing that people have practiced for a long, long time. And the film is actually really good, so check out The Secret. Is
this like when was the film released? Because this will tell me if I'm going to watch it or not. And I'll tell you after this. Remind me, I've got a horrible fact about myself that you'll probably just like go.
Yeah, the film came out like the mid-2000s, I think, and the film kind of like if you're not really up for reading the book, the film
Who's in
pretty
it?
much. I can't actually remember now.
Okay, cool. All right.
I've got Hugh Jackman in my head, but I don't think it is. Yeah, so basically the film lays it out a lot better than the book. It kind of puts it in simple terms. But there's a lady in the film who has a kid, and everything keeps going wrong for her. But her outlook on everything is, why does this always happen to me? And is the world out to get me? And things like this. And then she meets this guy who has the secret. It's not really a secret. But you basically put a positive spin on everything. So if you constantly walk around thinking everything's negative, you're only going to get negative things back. If you walk around thinking positively, you'll get positive things back. It's kind of like everything you put out comes back to you.
I like that.
I practiced it for a long time, and it does work. I think it's not as magical as like saying it's like manifesting.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it on the lines of manifestation?
It's pretty much manifestation, but it's not as simple as like. It's not as simple as saying I want £1 million and then you get £1 million.
It's the self-worth type thing. Because I have a friend of mine that's that she gave me this beautiful line that's like, and Scott likes it when I say it. There's power in your tongue. So whatever you speak, you can speak. So if you do speak negatively about yourself, then you will feel negative about yourself. And if you think more positively, then it will over time allow you to become more. Well, I do 100%. I agree with that, and it's so tough to do though. So tough.
It is. I mean, when I first found it, it took a long time to figure it all out, but eventually you kind of just do it without even thinking. It's not as straightforward as saying I want £1 million, you get £1 million. It can be like I want £1 million, so every time you work towards it then, and one day you may make £1 million or you may make money along the way. It's more just putting the energy out, getting it back, and also the energy you put out helps everyone around you feel that energy a bit more. Like if everyone walked around with like a boo-boo face or sad or like talking about negative things, everyone around you will start doing that. So the more you spread the energy, you get it back. So it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, law of attraction. But I'm not going to lie, when you first said law of attraction, I thought this was like a date doctor type thing, like how to pick up women type thing.
You know me long enough. That's not what I'm bringing up.
I know. That's why I was like, what the hell? No, I 100%. And it definitely is. That's why it's like surround yourself with like-minded people, people that only want the best for you, that like don't tear you down. That type of thing. It's so important. That doesn't mean you can't have real conversations about if you do dumb stuff or if you're not doing stuff that potentially is like positive, that you can't get like someone can't be in your ear and be like, Bruno, what are you doing? That type of thing. But no, I'm heavy peppering that to the moon, because that definitely is a thing, and 100%. I want to try and put it into practice as much as I sort of like how I would sort of think about it. Yeah, that's good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I think by heavily peppering it as well, you're putting the energy out there. So
that's just me. That's just me. Now let's get to the real peppercorn corner of the socks in bed. In summer, absolute corn. In winter, I'm not gonna lie. If you go socks for a couple of hours whilst you're sleeping, and if you end up like waking up or whatever, or in the morning, and you take those socks off, there's some feeling about that makes it just that much more comfortable. I'm right on the line. I think I'm probably going to pepper it a little bit, but if it's hot, then big man needs to release some heat somewhere. So
let it breathe.
But I don't mind socks in bed. It is what it is.
Oh yeah, well Lisa will be very happy that we're discussing this right now. So. That was her first suggestion. There it is. I don't know. I don't think I can wear socks in bed. I get quite hot once I'm under the covers. Lisa's also someone that likes to keep the. I think we've discussed it before, and this was also a peppercorn that she threw out. But I think we've talked about it. Is sleeping in a cold bedroom. That's something that she likes to do.
I don't think we've properly pepper or corned it, but we have discussed it.
Yeah,
I'm very much.
Icy.
She likes to keep. Oh, great! You found yourself a good one there, because
windows open.
There's nothing better than being cold, getting into a bed, and then like warming up in that bed. It's just like and you get aided by the socks. All right.
Oh well, there you go.
There we go.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't like jumping into a cold bed when it's like freezing though, because I get that. Do you ever get that thing where you feel like you jumped into ice cold water and you start convulsing and you can't breathe?
Sometimes.
I hate that. That's my least favorite feeling in the entire world, because it genuinely shakes me up.
I don't know. Trying to get to bed in stuffy non-aircon stuff is also tough as well, mate. I, at the weekend, actually took the plunge, and after probably, I think it's a good 6 to 12 months of torment on TikTok and being a marketer's wet dream.
Oh, yeah.
I finally caved and I got a Ninja Creami.
Wait, what? What did you get?
A Ninja Creami.
A Ninja Creami?
Have you... I can't believe the amount of people that haven't heard of this thing when I couldn't get away from it.
Someone in marketing was hammering your phone with it.
Oh,
like,
my
they
God.
saw you looking at these things and they were like, get it to Bruno's eyes.
They were like,
Creami.
let's get this fat boy like to the edge, you know?
Yeah, you fill us in because we'll have to get one as well.
To be fair, you're gonna absolutely die for it without a doubt. I know that off the bat. But it first came up when it was low calorie, high protein ice cream.
Oh.
Okay, so it's making your favorite ice creams, but instead of it being, I don't know how much ice cream is. What do you think? Is it 750 to? So for a pint of ice cream, do you reckon it's about nearly 1,000 calories? 750 to 1,000 calories?
Yeah, it's up there. I've eaten a lot of ice cream. Weirdly that you brought this up, I've eaten so much ice cream in the last couple of weeks. I'm on an ice cream binge at the minute. It's all Ben and Jerry's, and it's this damn s'mores crossover thing they got going on.
I don't know if I've had that s'mores one. I was going to say, is it a collection of them, or are you going straight for a distinct one?
There was a distinct one I was going for specifically. Then they ran out, so I moved over to the other one, and the other one then became my favourite. So
what's the other one?
I can't remember. The first one had like fudge pieces in it. The ice cream was kind of like it's hard to explain the consistency. It's almost like it breaks up as you go through it. And then the top layer is like whipped cream, but frozen whipped cream with like chocolatey bits on top. They're like crispy. And then the second one is a proper like s'mores one, where it had marshmallows. It had like the chocolate bits on top had like what felt like you know when you put this stuff in your mouth that crackles.
Yeah. Popping candy.
It also had the frozen whipped cream on top. I want some now, but I'm not spending £7 at a time. I can't keep doing that.
So yeah, it's tough. I think the most I spend on Ben and Jerry's is $5.50. I think when it gets above that, you're having a laugh, but when it's on offer, it's like, hey, we're going Sizzler, baby.
You can get a solid £4 tub, can't you, if it's on offer?
I don't think I've ever heard of those flavors. My go-to one was always kind of cookie dough or the chocolate fudge, but that then got quickly replaced by the caramel core Karma one. Karma caramel core, which is got a core of caramel and it's got a vanilla ice cream and a chocolate ice cream, so it's like mixed. That is gorgeous. I'm not gonna lie.
Let's find out.
And then I think that's kind of it. There was one other one. I don't know if it was Ben and Jerry's, but it was basically vanilla ice cream and it was with dime bars. It looked like dime bar in the middle. It was like a crunch. That was the best ice cream I've ever had, and they stopped making that. However, with this Ninja Creami, it basically, so let's go for this. It basically turns any liquid you want into an ice cream or a sorbet type thing based upon how you make it. So it takes your 750 to 1,000 calorie ice cream, and you can get it down with, if you use like non-dairy, the non-fat substitute stuff, you can make 190 calorie pots with like 50 grams of protein.
Oh my goodness.
So it then has some sort of like it's not like, it's still bad for you because it's probably got like sweeteners a part of it, but you can again use more natural sugars for it. But you get these nice little pint pots, you make it, you whiz it up, you freeze it for 6 to 12 hours, and then you put it in this machine, and it takes about 4 minutes to blend it through. It's basically taken a commercial machine, like it's used in kitchens. This technology is used in proper kitchens where they can make these ice creams and like savory ice creams for like fancy stuff, like in fancy kitchens. And then it was weird because the pattern of it ran out, like the longevity. So Ninja picked it up and then made it into a domestic machine. So it's not as powerful, but it does the same thing. But my word, the first recipe that I did was to make a McFlurry, basically.
Ooh!
I kid you not.
You've sold me on it. You've sold me on it.
I kid you not. That texture that gave to that thing on light ice cream. Yeah. Oh my word.
It's the texture. That's where it's at. The texture of the ice cream. That's important.
So I've made a couple more batches because that week when I got it at the weekend, I didn't have mix-ins. So you basically make the ice cream you want, you blitz it. If it comes out a little bit crystally, you just add a little liquid and you respin it, and then it's like smooth as hell. But then there's a setting for mix-ins, and that's where you then make your McFlurry. So you put whatever you want in, press mix in, it mix it in, and then you got a tub of ice cream that is just like unbeatable. Basically, basically the possibilities are endless with this thing.
Have you tried coffee ice cream yet?
It's a pretty penny. I haven't yet, but I will be. That'll be probably that'll probably be third on my list. I'm going to try a low calorie one next time. I want to try to get a vanilla ice cream. So for the mix-ins, that's really as low calorie as possible, but still has that texture and like sort of flavor. And then I'll like that'll be beautiful. And then I'll go on to honestly, the possibilities are genuinely endless. And then
that's incredible.
And then when Scott brought up the mangoes from next door, you can make the sorbets are incredible, and it could literally be as simple as cutting up a load of mangoes, putting it in this tub, freezing it, and then just blitzing it. Basically, then if you don't put any like liquid with it, it basically then turns that into ice cream. It looks more of an ice cream texture, but it's just iced mango, and it's like the smooth texture. But mate, I'm not gonna lie, that might have to be my pepper or cornet this week, and I'm heavily peppering it.
I like that as a pepper or cornet. I'm a big fan. I'm heavily peppering it. So are you finding, because you're so intrigued by ingredients now, when you like walk around a shop, you're thinking, how many of these different things can I get into an ice cream?
Yeah, in essence it is, but I feel like there's so many, like I said, I got traumatized for months on TikTok of people just doing all these recipes, and I was like, oh my god. I'll send you a link later on YouTube. The guy that actually initially that I think started it all, which was the low calorie stuff, and all the ones, it's basically just a collage of all his TikToks that are just like quick ice creams. They're mental.
Hell yeah. Can you start TikToking you making them as well?
Maybe. That might be a thing. Hey, I'll have to make a pepper and corn. Oh, peppercorn sauce ice cream.
Oh my god, yeah.
I think that might be horrific.
That's a t-shirt design though. You got a t-shirt design on your hands there. A little tub, like a pint-sized tub of ice cream with peppercorn sauce coming out of it.
I feel like just for science and for pure curiosity, we need to freeze some peppercorn sauce and blitz it.
No, wait. No, frozen peppercorn sauce reminds me of, like, you know when you buy like a pepper steak slice at the like shop?
Yeah.
And you get that like congealed gravy that's in there. It reminds me of that. But I quite like that, so you never know. Yeah,
but what if it's put into a whipped ice cream, mate?
I'd eat it. A meaty ice cream sounds really nice.
I feel like we might have to try it. I'm not like this. Just like I said, out of curiosity and for the podcast, you know, we'll try it.
Maybe once we're all in one place in Orlando with the other peppercorns, we'll do it then. We can all try it on video.
I'm not sure that's going to be Sam or Lou's favourite thing. That
I don't think Sam will go nowhere near it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. How much did I take you back, by the way?
That was 250.
That's not bad.
It's not bad, but if you want the one down from that, so I got the deluxe. If you just want the second generation of it, then that's on offer at the moment for like 175 to 150.
Nice. That's not bad.
It's not bad, and there's a Amazon sale coming up on the 16th of July, so it may come down even more, or it may just sell out completely. But hey,
it might save. It's saving money long term from spending £7 a go every time I try and get these Ben and Jerry's.
It could do. I genuinely want. There's a part of me that wants in my dream house to have everything that I never have to order a takeaway again because I can make it better. That generally is my rationale of thinking. Is in the future I want it so all these things I like to eat, I want to make myself.
You're also a talented chef, though, so that does help as well. Because your Thai green curry is hands down the best Thai green curry I think I've ever had.
Oh, I appreciate that. I really do. But that Ropley one, which is rest in peace because it's no longer there, is gorgeous.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
I need to replicate that so bad.
I haven't seen many Thai restaurants in Wales, if I'm being honest.
No, I think that Chinese in Lampeter does Thai dishes.
It does. I think I've had Thai green from there, but it's not the same.
No, it's not. It's not. It's. I bet near Swansea and Cardiff they definitely have one.
Yeah, we're out in the sticks here, so it's limited.
Properly out in the sticks.
Lampeter is pretty impressive though, because it has an abundance of places you can get coffee in it, and as Dad found out this week, it has an abundance of places you can get your ears cleared out.
Did he get his ears cleared out?
His ears have been cleared out. Yeah.
Did it work?
Yeah, he got some stuff out. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
I need to do it as well.
Oh, mate, he can actually hear me now.
Yeah, he can hear me.
He's gonna absolutely lamp me. He's gonna hear what I've actually been saying about him.
I think he can hear this whole thing from downstairs. That's how good his hearing is.
I wonder if I get my ears cleared out. I normally just pulverize it with the water because I put it on that setting in the shower and it goes.
Oh yeah. Apparently they're not allowed to do that now. Ear flushing is not allowed.
But isn't that what they're? How are you meant to clean your ears? Because you're not allowed to use cotton buds. Those plastic screw things that they've come out with do not work, and now you're not allowed to flush out with water. So what have you got to do? Just go to a specialist every so and so.
They go there and they suck all the stuff out. They have to have it dry though. It can't be mushy and wet.
Wow. Okay, that's fair.
Well, I didn't think we'd be talking about ears today, but there we are.
No, me either. But I am really glad because I knew that was annoying him.
Yeah, it's good. I need to do it. That's a lifetime of, if you don't get that done in your whole lifetime, that's a lifetime of build-up in there that you can't get out.
It is, but I think with regular cleaning, you can sort of get it. But there are times when regular cleaning just don't cut it.
It doesn't cut it, no. And I like to get the cotton bud and give my ear a good itch as well. I get deep in there. But I also have really bad hearing, so there you are.
Yeah. My other peppercorn that I was debating between, but it's kind of tough as well, is Pepper or Cornet movie canon versus book canon. Now that is a very Joe Pepper or Cornet this week.
That is.
I am so deep into House of the Dragon. And this week was another it's a great episode. It's just like it's building. It's a building episode. It's not gonna blow your tits off or anything. But after it, the writer came out and said there's TV canon, so the TV storyline.
Yeah.
And now there's the book canon that he wrote because it slightly went off what was in the books.
Okay.
Now they've done it with Harry Potter and they've done it with Marvel stuff. Marvel, you can hardly, from the comic book or from what is I don't know how to begin with Marvel, to be fair. It's really hard to keep up with the Marvel canon of what storyline is which. So, what do you feel about the differences in that?
Yeah, I've never been a massive book reader. I'm always more for the visual art of it, the film, the TV show, whatever we see in front of our eyes. I'm a big fan of that over reading. I'm not a big. I'd like to read more, but I'm not a big book reader. I do understand where some people come from when they do enjoy the books and then they see the TV shows and the films and it's not quite what they read. But I'm also a big advocate of artistic freedom. I think artistic freedom can sometimes bring you more than the books can, especially when you're trying to put it in a visual element. So I think with artistic freedom in mind and stuff like that, I think it can be good. I am okay with it. I will pepper them. Are we peppering? What side are we peppering?
No, it's just I think it's not peppering aside. It's just having multiple different things that you have to actually keep up with, in a certain extent. Because book lovers are definitely going to watch the films, but I don't think, and TV shows. I don't feel like the film and TV lovers are necessarily always going to read the book. So I feel like it's just the amount of storylines and how to figure out does it just need to be kept, pepper it to corn it into one, like it should be kept to one, or pepper it that it's actually not a bad thing?
I'm gonna pepper it because I think it gives you more to like look for as well. Because if let's say I watched the film of something that was a book and I hadn't read the book, and then I read the book and it was slightly different, it gives you something slightly different to enjoy. Like, 'cause if you saw a film that was based on a book and it was exactly the same, you probably won't go read the book because you've seen the film. There's no need to.
Yeah.
Whereas if you told me a film I watched that I really liked, the book was like slightly different, I'd probably go read the book just to see what was slightly different. So I think it gives you more content to take on.
I do like that because I haven't yet, but I do want to read the Harry Potter books. I probably will start off with the Audible books by Stephen Fry and use them. But I do want to know in more detail how the book were wrote. And for me, it's actually quite important. I like to visualize the characters, and now I can put the TV characters to the book. That actually does make it easier. In the case of Game of Thrones, the only thing that I thought about was he's finally come out with this now because how bad the reaction was to the end of Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
that he's like, no, there is separate canons, and I'm probably going to write a better ending to Game of Thrones than what the TV people did. Because I can't remember how far Game of Thrones actually went up to in the books. I think it was like the end of season 6 potentially, and I think 7 and 8 were then all on the TV writers. So I feel like that was his slight way of saying, I've got more stuff to. I'll fix the issues that you had.
But I like that. I think that's the reason I peppered it, was for stuff like that, because it gives you options. Like, you can enjoy both things. I mean, I think I can understand why book lovers aren't a big fan of it, because I think a lot of the time book lovers aren't a fan of the visual form anyway, because they would rather, in their imagination, visualize how everything looks, how all the people look in it, and then when the film happens, it kind of takes away the imagination part of it. But I mean, I like it. I think there's options. Tell me one thing though: did the House of Dragons book have an erect penis in it?
I don't know. I don't think so. Hey, George R. Martin is a weird dude. Because even trying to keep up with the lineage, the family tree of the Targaryens, which the House of Dragons is based on, it's mental how far back he's gone.
I don't know how you write that stuff.
I generally it befuddles me. I've been trying to watch a couple of YouTube stuff to try and just break it down, so I can actually try and get a good sense of what's going on, and more importantly, like what side then leads to Daenerys later. So because she's the best character ever.
Hell yeah.
And then but it's wild how, like, the little intricate details he did on all certain bits. A lot of it was just incest anyway. So I think he's a bit into that, or that's how it was back in the day as well. A little bit
into that. I like that.
But as far as the how true to the book the big penis was, I don't know, but I again didn't watch this one live, and I watched the non-context, I saw the non-context spoiler on the day before I watched it, and it was just a Pikachu with the shadow on his face. I was like, oh my god, what the hell is going on here?
But that makes you more excited to see what's going to come, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was so good. It was actually, generally, I really thought it was a great episode. A lot of people don't like it because it's like quite slow paced. But it's a really large book and it's set across like a lot of years. So I don't think they can jump. Like in season 1, they jumped so much between the years. Like it went from young Rhaenyra to an older Rhaenyra. And I was like, if you keep jumping too much, people are going to be like, what the hell's going on? Yeah,
you need a bit of depth, don't you? You need to take time to get into it and stuff.
Next week's episode, we get some dragon on dragon action next week, I think.
Wow. I need to watch it. I mean, I've finally watched all the Game of Thrones last year, and then we started House of Dragon, but I couldn't quite get into it. But I need to give it a go because I gave Game of Thrones a go and I loved it.
I think you'll like House of Dragons. It is slower paced and it is tough, but it's all building up to the rumblings before the massive thing. You can't just start off with a massive war, otherwise you're just going to have like a whole series of just like dragons going after each other.
Nah. You got storytelling.
Exactly, and I think that's where we've learned for the long-term storytelling. I think we're quite alike in that we like the long-term like payoff.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, on the Canon stuff, Deadpool 2 weeks away. I cannot wait for Deadpool and Wolverine. Like that, even more like it's becoming. Oh, can't wait.
Yeah.
But next week, the Twisters, baby. I'm gonna be there, dead. I'm gonna be there, dead. First one in row to watch that. I have to. I can't wait. I genuinely can't wait. It might be the worst film that has ever been made. I don't care.
Nah. I love the original. Back in '96, I think it came out. I think that was the first film that me and Scott went to the cinema together.
Oh, I like that.
I might be wrong, but it was around that time. I think it might have been Twister.
I think Men in Black was my first cinema outing.
Nice. But I rewatched Twister the other day with Lisa because she hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
And it holds up.
Honestly, I love 90s films anyway.
Yeah.
One of my favorite films.
Yeah.
I love watching it. There's something about when they go to her mum's house.
Yeah.
And they're all around that table and they're eating the steak and stuff. They're so honestly, this film next week is going to bring me 90s nostalgia with the film premise, but very much into what I love now, which is Glen Powell, which is country, because it's so country.
That soundtrack.
Oh. Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be a 90s throwback with country. So I'm all for it.
I don't go to the cinema often, but I want to see that one at the cinema just for nostalgic purposes.
Yes, yeah, I'm heavily there. I'll tell you, and speaking of 90s films, I'll tell you the bit that you're going to hate me for or is very bad of me. I've realised I've not watched a single Quentin Tarantino movie.
None of them?
I don't think so. Like one of my, I was speaking at work with one of my friends, and it just came up that because it was a pub quiz a few weeks ago. It was like, who's Mr. Blonde, Mr. Green, or whatever. And it was from Reservoir Dogs. I was like, I've never seen that. And then they listed off a whole load of other Quentin Tarantino films, and I haven't. And I was like, no. I think I might have seen one, and I don't know if I've even seen one. So that is tough.
Not even like Kill Bill, Pulp Fiction? Wow, Pulp Fiction is one of my favourite films. That is a good film.
I need to know, because I started Reservoir Dogs. I haven't finished it yet. I need to know where there's like a correct order to watch it in, or what is the best Tarantino film, apart from Pulp Fiction.
I don't know anything about an order, but if you checked online, there might be some hardcore people that say there is an order. I don't know of an order. I've never watched them in order, but Pulp Fiction, for me, Pulp Fiction is the ultimate Tarantino film. I think a lot of people would say Kill Bill, because I think Kill Bill did get rated as one of the best films of all time. So Kill Bill is probably the best one in most people's opinions, but I'd say Pulp Fiction. Reservoir Dogs, I think, is a really, really classic one.
Yeah, that's why I started with that one.
I think Reservoir Dogs was the first one I found, because I think Dad told me about it, and he loves, I don't know, you probably haven't got to it, no spoilers, but there is an iconic scene in it.
I think I've seen the iconic scene because it's come up so much.
With the song Stuck in the Middle with You.
Yes.
That scene is what got me into those films, because Dad told me about it, and I love that scene. But Pulp Fiction for me is top. Pulp Fiction's top, but I think they're all good. He didn't do a crazy amount. I think it's only like
no, he hasn't. That's why it's quite mental that I haven't seen a single one. I know because he hasn't, but It's so weird. So weird.
Yeah.
It's not out of like an actual choice or an agenda against the guy, but for some reason I just haven't watched your films, mate. This is
I can see how that would come up though. Like unless
so
you
weird.
were adamant on watching them, I don't think they'd come up.
I just never had it, mate. I was just full of American Pie as a kid, you know.
Hell yeah.
Twister, hey, and Twister and Speed. All right.
That's classic.
Twister, Speed, and Titanic.
Hell yeah.
And American Pies. That's
yeah.
Bruno in a nutshell, and right on the cusp. Who have we got? In fact, we are.
Peppercorn.
We were deep. I just.
Hey! Look at this!
I've never. That is mental. What that has done to Joe. I've never seen that. Sorry, Lou.
Do you know what Lewis does?
I don't think we saw.
You just brought an absolute rave to Joe.
Yeah.
I'm liking that hair length currently. Actually, I think I'm on board with that one. Yeah, I like it.
Hey, you good?
Kind of like old school Justin Timberlake.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
That's
like 02. That's
it's
nice.
getting there. It's getting there.
I was going to say that, like John Connor, yeah,
nice.
The shape of the beard with the grey in it.
Yeah, I'm bringing the John Connor vibes.
Yeah, good eyes on it.
Oh,
yeah. You know what I mean? I think it's enough.
It's just starting to grow in. It's like early Silver Fox stage, I'd say.
I need to get you.
Sorry, I can't leave out. Big man, can I? Bruno, you look tremendous as well.
Hell yeah. That's where it's
that cheeky face, isn't it? It's that smiley, cheeky chappy. Look at it, there he is. There he is.
Thanks, babes. Yeah.
I was going to say, we're about to go see it.
Baby. Hey, baby boy.
But I just want to get back.
You're about to what?
Just do it.
Hey!
Dusty had a good look at you, eh?
Dusty!
Yeah.
Oh, what you got there, boy?
Yeah, he's on. He needs to relax. Anyway, we're going to go do that. So I just want to jump on before this one.
Oh.
Get mad about boat. Well,
what's the
balloons?
What are you going to go do? I didn't catch that.
Oh, it's this.
Oh yeah.
I see a man about boat. Mate, you got balloons. You got balloons for that. Yeah, you need to get
big day.
Go get all your stuff for July 4th weekend, mate.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Before they shut. I love the intertop. I love the intertop. Yeah, go. Love you. Bye.
Bye guys.
We got everything going on now.
We're hot. So I had a rave for the first time ever.
That is crazy. I've never seen that rave, and I've never seen the hearts.
Do you know what I think the rave was? It was actually the disco ball from Pretty Deadly dropping down behind me.
I think so. That's mental. That's absolutely mental. I'm so glad that I didn't have to tell them my embarrassing secret of never watching a Tarantino film.
Yeah, I feel like Lewis might have an opinion on that.
Yeah, I know. People will scold you for that kind of stuff, you know?
Well, I'm going to be honest. On that note, I have never really watched Star Wars.
Okay.
But last Sunday, I watched the first 3 Star Wars for the first time ever.
Episode 1 to 3 or episode 4 to 5?
Nah, the
4
original.
to 6.
Yeah,
you
4
watched
to 6.
4 to 6. Nice.
And
you're watching them in that order.
I'm in.
Hey, honestly, they're really good. And I love the prequels. I'm not going to say, I don't want a bad word about the prequels. Like, maybe it might not be fantastic, but as a young kid when they came out in, Phantom Menace came out like early 2000s, isn't it?
I think it was like 99.
Potentially 99. I was hooked. I watched, I think it was episode 1, episode 2, and then I watched the first 3 that came out.
Weirdly, what you just said is exactly what I've done. Because
really?
I watched Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones in the cinema when they came out.
Oh.
Not knowing anything about Star Wars, just because they were a new film. And all these years later, I've now gone all the way back to the originals. And next we're going to watch the middle batch and then, well, the first 3 technically. And then we're going to move on to the new ones. Because I really want to see all the new ones and the new shows. Was it Acolyte?
Yeah. It's getting that show's getting a lot of heat, to be fair.
Is it?
Yeah. For Star Wars fans, it's like ruining Star Wars. for some reason. Like,
I think I'm going to enjoy it because I'm not a hardcore Star Wars guy. So.
I feel like I'm not a hardcore Star Wars fan, and I can enjoy just certain things. I like we said at the beginning, I like adaptations of certain things. I don't necessarily agree with all the social stuff that comes with, like, they feel like they have to put in, or when it feels forced, I don't like it. And I feel like that's potentially why people have got their panties in a bunch on it. I don't get that hardcore into it, but I just enjoy it for enjoying it, and I need to watch The Acolyte just because it's all about Jedi again, and that's one thing that I've really missed from the first, like the prequels was all like where the Jedi were a massive thing, and now like in the normal ones. And in the sequels, they've kind of been a forgotten thing. Like, it's very limited, and I quite like a high Jedi thing because I'm a big good guy, aren't I?
You're a big Jedi guy. I'm a big fan of Darth Vader at this point, and I'm a sucker for Darth Maul. So we'll see how that goes.
I am a little bit of a sucker for Darth Maul. I'm not gonna lie.
Chewbacca's my favorite, though.
Yes. Those original trilogy are so good. To be fair.
Yeah, they're very good.
I keep saying to be fair. Dog of the week, I'm not sure if you were there, so I'm kind of maybe throwing you under the bus a bit. But Should we do the pug that Kieran came to see? Because were you there? Were you there when did you see Kiki this week? Little Red?
I saw him. Kiki Little Red dropped into my house because I'm 5 minutes from the rescue.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Good.
Yeah, they all dropped in and said hello with Luke, Mum, Lissy, Scott.
The whole clan. They put
were
all
there.
Didn't they?
I was looking after our dogs at the time, so I couldn't head up to the rescue and say goodbye to Big Kev. Well, Big Kev left that day. But he told me all about Carson, and since then he's been telling me to go visit Carson while I'm at work. But the way my new job role works there is I can't really go around the rescue a lot. So unfortunately, I haven't met Carson yet. So, and he's very upset about that.
Oh, bless. So Carson is going to be our dog of the week.
Oh, yeah.
And is Little Red going to add to his pug collection and become the pug prince? Like,
I reckon he will. We'll get some beers in him and he'll make the application happen.
Oh, fantastic. I love it. I hope that does happen. I'm glad that he got one up to see you guys as well. Because I think that's like, what's that, like the third time that he's been up?
Yeah, and he's never been to my house either. And
he's never seen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Nice. Nice. Man, that's nice little respite because Big Man, the main event isn't going to be there until, like I said, mid-August probably is going to be the next one, which is annoying.
Ooh, what's happening in mid-August? Anything?
It's that much sweeter. Nothing, but I feel like it was the end of May that I came. So
wow. Yeah,
it's a long period of time, mate. We can't just keep doing. We just can't be doing these virtual podcasts all the time, can we?
This episode has felt like this feels like we're just having a general conversation, and Scott just keeps randomly appearing in it. That's what it feels like. We're having guests just pop up every now and then. We've had Scott, we've had one half of the boys from Pretty Deadly, we've had Dusty, we've had Babs. I feel like I've been working because it feels like just like a meeting type thing, or like a catch up. Hey, that might just go down to our preparations, and I wasn't prepped to host, and that's why maybe we miss Scott. Scott likes to host and keep it going, but I feel like we've done an all right job this week. We've gone we've gone long again. This is potentially one of our longest podcasts, which it doesn't feel like it, and it doesn't feel like it. And I hope the listeners have enjoyed it. And like with Pepper or Corn it this week, Lisa came in with a couple. I want down in the comments. So if you're listening to this podcast, go over to YouTube and leave in the comments anything that you want us to pepper or corn, because I feel like we can get into some absolute doozy stuff if we get in. Yeah, that when I came up with this concept, that's where I imagined it going. You know. Hell yeah,
Joe. I'm going to let you do the outro stuff because you're much better than me at it.
Awesome, yeah, we'll do. Well, this has been the Peppercorn Boys. Well, it's been 2 of the 5 Peppercorn Boys.
We got 4. We got up to 4 visually.
Oh my goodness! We thought we were going to have 2, and we had 4 of us.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can check us out on all our social medias with the Peppercorn Boys. I think across all platforms, TikTok. We haven't got Instagram or anything yet, have we? So, but that'd be quite fun. We get some fun pics up on there at some point. I reckon I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make this the moment I say I'm gonna start an Instagram for the Peppercorn Boys.
You're gonna run the Instagram. Fair enough. I like that.
I like Instagram. I know how it works. I like to send a reel. You know.
All right.
And then, you can check us out on TikTok. You can check us out on YouTube. Check out the thumbnails that Bruno makes because they are incredible. Like Scott said, last week's might be the best. And you can also check us out on, I think, is it Spotify, iTunes?
Anyway, you listen to your podcast, Apple, Spotify, Amazon.
Yeah, so any way you can get your earballs on us, drop them down like a little sweet tea bag and listen to what we have to say. And if you don't like it, let it go.
Exactly, and leave a 5-star review and download all the episodes for us.